On this episode of Bantha Milk Podcast, we review the year 2025 in Star Wars.
Yeah, so much to look back at. Still nothing on the big screen though. Maybe next year.
Maybe.
It's the Bantha Milk Podcast. Yeah! Pour a glass of that blue milk, we know it's gonna last. With Rob and James behind the controls, discussing Jedi Sith and all the plot holes. Every week we're back.
All right, and we're back.
We're
We're here. James, surprise, I have a twist for us for our review.
Oh no!
Yes, I have a plan.
Oh,
I
you've been
didn't
holding
tell
out
you.
on me.
I've been holding out on you.
No.
Yes, I didn't tell you, but as I was doing my review, I was like, "Ooh, I have the best idea." So you're going to get to see that when we do the review of 2025, but we're going over what happened in 2025 as well as everything that's coming up in 2026. Maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get some movies and some Star Wars stuff.
I mean, Star Wars loves making promises, and who knows if they actually follow through with them. So we'll find out.
We'll
I hope
find out
so.
if anything actually gets followed through. Where is sorry. All right. So, what are we drinking? Let's talk about that first before we get into anything else. What
Excellent planning.
are you drinking? I sticking close to Philly, yo. Yards Brewing Company has what is called
Long Johns.
Long Johns, because it's Philly, so it's got to be that John. So some Long John winter lager. It just says a winter lager, so it shouldn't be too bad. 6% alcohol. I'm pretty excited about that. What do you have down there in
Nice.
Wisconsin?
Well, I'm repping Milwaukee once again. That's
There you
upside
go.
down, so still repping Milwaukee. But we have the summary of our podcast. It's pretty good.
I definitely think you need to stop in and be like, this needs to be our official sponsored beer of,
It's our brand.
of Bantha Milk Podcast. It's pretty good.
We don't need to exaggerate. We can live in the pretty good space. So
Yeah, we're very content in a pretty good space.
no
I
need for
agree.
high aspirations.
No, none at all. We don't want to be the top 10. We just want to be pretty good.
Pretty good.
All right. Well, that definitely wins. I think that wins beer of the year for 2025, actually.
Gotta end on a good note, right? So
Gotta end
we'll
on
see
a
if,
good note.
see
All
if
right.
the
Well,
Ember gets the same reaction as the ginger lime, whatever I had.
yeah. Oh, gosh. I hope not. All right. Let's see. A little one. See, it's mine. Say, oh, that's a good.
Ooh,
A
I had a
good.
good one.
Mine smells good. All right. Let's do this.
Get a good pour.
Let's get a good
No,
pour here.
no pressure. Winter lager. How
I know.
wintry is it?
Oh, it's nice and dark for a
Oh, it's
lager.
wintry.
Yes, it's very wintry.
You always think winter, and it always just screams like stouts and
Yeah.
uh,
Well,
the one that starts with a P, porters.
porters. Yeah. I mean, for being a lager, there's very, very dark. It looks like it could be a porter or a it says brew and two others. Doesn't
Nice.
have any
You might be.
description about it. All it says is that it's a winter lager, 6% alcohol. It looks
Well, you
like
might be skipping that one.
I know it might be a porter here. So, well, it smells good, that's for sure. Cheers.
Cheers.
Definitely tastes like a stout.
They tricked you.
They did.
Mine's a nice amber, as I feel properly named. Pretty good.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
don't get me wrong, it's very good. I like it. It has a nice, good winter taste to it. So it definitely has that, that warmth that you would get in a winter beer.
Yep.
The fact that they called it a lager, I don't know. I kind of disagree a little bit there, but nonetheless, I definitely will drink the whole thing because it is very good.
Good.
I don't know why it doesn't have it's not very fizzy. Uh, I don't want to say it doesn't taste flat, but it definitely doesn't have as much carbonation in there
Mostly
as I expected.
carbonated, huh?
Yeah,
Hmm,
yeah. But that could
interesting.
go along with the fact that it's not a lager and either a porter or a stout. So
It's
um,
such a liar of a beer.
it is such a liar of a beer. All right. I did not find any news this week, not because I didn't want to, but just because our whole show is going to be all news, talking about everything that happened in 2025. So
Yeah.
if you found something exciting that you definitely think is newsworthy, go ahead and let us know what you think news wise. Oh,
The
before that,
I
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Save
yes.
that thought. I completely forgot. I apologize to our network. But we got to review everything, and there is one other new whatever information thing that I do have to tell you about because you don't know about this
I don't know.
this
I get to keep
tradition.
learning a whole bunch of things.
You're learning a lot today. You sure are. All right. So first we have the other shows on the network. Of course, we have the Ears Up, the main show. Puny Pod. They just released. I saw it pop into my podcast catcher today. A new episode. Buena Vista Boys, their review of Santa Claus was their season 2 finale. So I don't know when they're coming back with season 3. But if you want to learn as much as there is to learn about the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie, watch Buena Vista Boys or listen to Buena Vista Boys because they tell you everything there is to know about it. There
Mhm.
is coming up the Fantasy Land Draft League that RGH, big fan of the show and Ears Up shows and all those, is putting on. And they are back. The TSR boys are back. I'm very excited. They had 2 episodes that came out since our last episode, I think. So, very excited for TSR coming back because that's always a fun show. They do a lot of good research as well as a lot of bantering and some weird talking going in there, but it's very fun and it's always awesome. So, I'm super happy that they're back. What you don't know about, James, is IV Roman numerals is 4. Yes, 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 it is.
Yes,
We've
yes, it
been
is.
doing this for 4 years now. We've been a part of it. This is your first year, so I know you're very actually, you might have been no,
I'm
you
I'm
weren't. Were you a guest last year for Star Wars
uh,
Podcast Day?
I was,
You
yes.
were a guest last year. Yes, we had you and Tag on last year for a guest on Star Wars
Mhm.
Podcast Day.
I
But
remember because I ran and found my box of Star Wars Galaxies, and I was very excited to
you're
talk
very
about that.
excited. So yes, Star Wars podcast day episode 4, the 4th generation of it will be back on February 7th. That was the day that the very first Star Wars podcast came out many, many moons ago. And so my good buddy uh he just sent me Daniel, my good buddy Daniel from Star Wars Pod Day, just released and just sent out starting today some Instagram updates and feeds and all that stuff about Star Wars Podcast Day 2026 is coming on February 7th. Last year we only had 60 participants, where all the past years were well above 100. Please be sure to share because we were one of the 60 for all 4 years. We were very excited about it. It was a good time.
Mhm.
So February 7th, James and I will do something very special for Star Wars Podcast Day on February 7th. But just letting you know that it's out there. All these Star Wars podcasts that he can get in touch with, I'll do some kind of little show all about it, honoring the very first podcast and all that good stuff. So that being said, let me do this because you do have some news. So let me see if I can find it quickly because you know how I love music.
Yep, yep.
Not DJ sound effect air horn, but this one, Star Wars news. Let's get some Star Wars news sound just for you, James.
Ah, yes.
Boom, some Star Wars news. What do you have? I did actually see some like memes and stuff. So let me see if I can find that while you're telling us what you found out.
I I only found one article. It's not news. I'm more in that opinion kind of world
Okay.
of like the entertainment thing. But there was an interesting article on Kotaku talking about, at least I think it was Kotaku. I might be remembering it wrong. Either way, it was comparing what the comics are doing for the series to what Clone Wars and the other TV series did to the prequels. And I thought
Okay.
it was really interesting that they were trying to give credit to the comics for filling in the blank and trying to uplift these heroes and make everyone like more interested in it because
Okay.
we haven't had like anything set in the sequel era.
Yeah.
There's no TV genuinely that's set in that universe. There's nothing supporting it other than like books and comics. And so I don't know if it's just everyone's trying to avoid it and forget it doesn't exist. But I'm like, this is really interesting that it's going to be the readers that are probably going to have more of an affinity for the sequel trilogy than just kind of your standard watchers of things. And it made me pause and think about it because I
Yeah.
haven't gotten too much of my reading in that section yet. So
Yeah, that is interesting because as you're talking about it, I have read plenty of books that take place during the original trilogy, and a few like the Mall. Thrawn would be somewhere. I guess Thrawn is now after the original trilogy, or are they before? He was no, he's kind of before-ish.
both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah,
um,
kinda lives through all of it, so
yeah. So yeah, but like you said, in the sequel area, the only books that I really have even read were like a book about Ray or a book about Finn. There was the one book which I just saw. hmm, I don't know where it is, but I wound up getting two of them and reading it twice. But there was a
amazing.
book that was like, yeah, it was kind of like it was like a teen Star Wars book, so it was a little bit easier reading also, which is
I
perfect
love
for me.
those, so
Yeah, because
yeah,
that's that's my reading level.
yep.
um, but it was like talking about Finn, Ray, and Poe before we saw them in the movie. So it was like it was one book, but it had like three parts to it, and it was like getting to know them beforehand, which was pretty interesting. So,
That's
um,
very cool.
yeah. But other than that, like you said, there haven't been too many books in set in that genre there. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah,
'Cause
that is
I feel like
interesting.
I carry a lot of bias because of, like, Clone Wars and how much that was nice to be able to watch along with the originals, like, growing up with them as my, like, first theater experience, it's always kind of touching me there.
Yeah,
Like, having everything else to make me feel for so many of the other characters, I'm like, I'm waiting for that for the sequels, I guess? I don't know if waiting's the right word, but I think you know what I'm trying to get at with that
yeah,
one.
yeah. Like we haven't seen any of that. We haven't had any of that. So yeah, and I think maybe like the comics are probably doing a really good job of trying to piece everything together. That since the movies were so fragmented in parts, that the comic books were able to actually give you a good storyline there that would fill in and make the things connect and stuff. So that is interesting.
Mhm.
What I did want to ask you about was, did you see the Mark Hamill standing on his star for the Jimmy Kimmel show?
I did
Oh
not.
my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna have to post it to our feeds because other people have been posting it onto their social feeds, but I'll post it onto ours as well.
Okay,
Um, I don't have it set up where I can show it now, but it's really really funny. Mark Hamill, his star must be very close to the Jimmy Kimmel studio on
okay.
Hollywood Boulevard, and they had him standing out there. He's wearing like a sweatshirt, a hat, and maybe a hoodie up, but he's standing right next to his star, and he's talking to people as they walk by. And he's like, "Who's this guy?" And they're like, "Oh." And he named like all the movies that he was in except for Star Wars. And
Oh
the one
my
guy was like,
gosh.
"Wait, wasn't he also in like Star Wars too?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that one," or something like that. He's just playing like this and he almost, I don't want to say he looks homeless, but he definitely looks like someone that you don't want to talk to. So
Yeah, yeah.
and then finally this one girl walks up and he says something to her. She walks past. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're Mark Hamill." He's like, "No, I'm not." He goes, "I get that all the time." So she's standing there. She's like taking pictures with her phone, and he's talking to her, she's talking to him, and she's like, "Oh, he was so good in this movie, he's so good in that movie, blah blah blah, whatever." And then as she's walking away, you see her. She doesn't say to anybody other than like to herself, but she was like, "That was totally Mark Hamill right there." So while he was trying to play it off, like she knew that she was talking to Mark Hamill. but it was really, really funny. So
Who
if
do,
you
who does
haven't,
Mark Hamill think he is? Tony Hawk? Only he
I
gets away with that.
he
So
can get away with that. So it was really good. So I will definitely post it into all of our social medias as well.
please
I know
do.
you
That sounds
personally are
awesome.
not on there, so I will email to you or text it to you as well. It's pretty funny. But
My
while
social life is Discord.
I will now, hopefully you have a Jedi of the week for us.
I sure do.
All right, well then let's hear this. Oh, let's not hear this because nothing is playing.
And it's
That's
such a
why.
bop. It's so tragic.
What is the name of that beer? We're just okay.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Are we downgrading ourselves now? We're just okay.
This half, I'm downgrading this half to just okay.
There it is.
I'm the Jedi of the week. I've been running it like I've been Yoda for a minute. Putting on a clinic with my homie Obi-Wan Kenobi. Can you feel it? I'm the field like a real one. Yeah, I'm the one like my first name was Anakin. My voice got a panicking.
I always have to cut it off after my first name is Anakin. My force kind of panicking. I'm like, okay, now we're just rhyming words together.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get into the non-Jedis and get weird.
And
Only
get
so much
really
you can
weird.
do, right?
That's right. When you have a
Yep.
computer write the song for you, there's only so much you can do. All right,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
you have a Jedi for us, and I forget what letter we're up to.
We're on our 10th letter. It's the letter J, arguably the
J.
best letter of the alphabet.
So
Um,
Jedi James over there.
that's right. And we're gonna go with probably the brainiest of all Jedi that exists inside of there because you have to have this much brains to want to just spend all your time in the archives. It's Jocasta Nu.
Ooh,
I'm about to go down in the Hall of Fame.
I like it. Tell us more about Jocasta Nu.
Yeah. Well, she's the chief librarian. I really like that you got the music still going with this too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wondering why you. Sorry
I
about
was
that.
like, I'm vibing with it. It's all
I
right.
was
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
why did you stop? I'm like, I don't have stupid headphones. All
I
right.
you just have to stop when the song plays. You just can't keep going over it. So, um, but yes, Jocasta Nu, chief librarian around the archives, minor figure in episode 2, but she's around there for that one. So yeah, so she was all in charge of shaping the knowledge for every generation of Jedi, making sure that she had all the records and trying to keep the archives as complete as she could. So she was very traditional in the sense of wanting to keep the original guiding focus of the Jedi going with everything that it was. She definitely had that, like, I don't know, aura around her of like stern librarian going with a lot of things. I don't know, confident, authoritative, maybe not quite that way, but it was just always interesting that she kind of just embraced that versus fighting some of the like living force and adaptation that kind of came for there. But she shows up in the Clone Wars series a couple times. I know she's in some of the comics. I remember her in Marvel's Darth Vader. But yeah, she's probably over in a lot of other places. So not all Jedi have the power or use their power, the lightsaber, as their first choice, right? Some like knowledge and books.
Yes. So when you were talking about the Jedi of the books, do you know? And this is for could be for R, doesn't have to be, but who Jedi Riley Howell is? Have you heard of that
I
one?
don't know. I don't think I've
Okay.
heard that one.
So he is an actual person. He was an actual person. Howell was a lifelong Star Wars fan who died tackling a gunman at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, an act in which police say prevented further loss of life. Lucasfilm found out that he was a huge Star Wars fan. They sent a letter to his family stating that his courage and selflessness brings out the Jedi in all of us. As a tribute, the Star Wars Story Group incorporated a character named Riley Howell, into the official canon reference book Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the Visual Dictionary. In the book, his character is described as a Jedi master and historian who collected many of the earliest accounts and confidants of the Force. This post-mortem honor was widely reported in the news and seen as a fitting tribute to a young man who lived by the principles of honesty, responsibility, and honoring others, much like the Jedi Code he admired. So I thought that's who you were going to be talking about. And this was in 2019 he did this. So
Ah,
I don't know if he's the only fan to ever be honored as a Jedi, but he definitely is a fan who is honored as a Jedi for his amazing actions in
that is a
trying to.
very,
Yeah.
very cool.
So when you brought up books, I was like, ooh, but this is a different Jedi of a Jedi
Different
librarian.
Jedi.
Yeah.
We get 2 Jedi of the week this week. It's great.
It is great. They're in relation to each other, but not
Yeah.
unfortunately not the same. But that's awesome. Well, I'm glad yours is awesome as well. Sorry to steal all your thunder there, James. I
No, that's
apologize
okay.
for.
Yours is a cool story that Jocasta Nu probably knows all about.
She
So,
probably does. Yes, Jocasta Nu definitely knows all about Riley Howell. So,
mhm.
before we get into our main thing tonight, which is a recap of 2025 and our expectations of 2026, we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we come back from the commercial break right into the song telling you what we're going to be doing next. I'm very excited for this. James's first time hearing this new song is going to be amazing. I think
Oh, it is.
it's going to be Grammy award winning. All right, we'll be right back. Let me turn the volume back up now that there's no songs playing.
Right, right.
All right, here we go. You ready? What
Yeah.
time is it? What's a time stamp so I can try and remember that? Around 22 minutes. Okay. All right, here we go.
The year began with the skeleton crew in the vacuum of space. Kids were pushing through. Then the news from Japan hit the light of the sun. At celebration, the fun had begun. We saw Sigourney Weaver join the Mando fray. Where Ryan Gosling was cast to lead the way in a movie called Starfighter, a brand new flight, taking us past the rise of Skywalker's lie. Oh, the Force was alive in 2025, keeping the spark of the galaxy alive from the streets of Ferrix to the neon of Tokyo. We're watching the legend of the Star Wars grow. In April we saw the Bellion start, and Door Season 2 really broke every heart. 12 episodes spanning years in the stripes, showing how Cashin gave up his life. We saw K2SO and Krennic return, and watching the Fire Rebellion burn, while Visions Volume 3 gave us anime dreams, bursting with color and time-life beams. Oh, the Force was alive in 2025, keeping the spark of the galaxy alive from the streets of Ferrix to the neon of Tokyo. We're watching the legend of the Star Wars grow. Now if you're feeling lost in the outer rim haze, looking for news to fill up your days, just tune your comms to a frequency bright, where the Phantom Milk podcast shines a light. I got the breakdowns, the theories, the lore, everything that you've been looking for. They'll tell you all about every ship and every fight, keeping you company through the hyperspace night. Ahsoka's next chapter began its first shoot, with Rory McCann taking Balin's dark route. Hayden came back as the Chosen One's ghost. At the anniversary panel, we cheered him the most. 20 years since the Sith had their climb, and the Force Awakens hit screens one more time. From the High Republic books to the Lego-built stars, we're healing the galaxy in all of its scars. So listen to the Benelux crew tell the tale through the thermal exhaust and the ion trail. In 2025, the star stayed in sight until 26 brings the Mando's big fight.
And there you go. A recap of 2025 in song.
Incredible. All right. Good show. Thanks for
That's it.
thanks for listening, everyone.
Yep. Have a great night, everybody.
Wow, wow, like that had everything.
It had
Impressive.
everything. So now the
And
quiz is
rhymes.
everything in rhyme, in rhythm, in with rhyme. Okay, now
Yeah.
go ahead. Tell me everything that was in there. Go
Let's
in
see. It
order.
started with Skeleton Crew, and the kids were Brew,
There you go. You're
Groot,
close enough.
Drew.
Mhm. So that
Then
was
we went to Japan,
we went to
and
Japan and there was something else in there. Yeah, so that was fun. I think
clap,
it was
clapped for
a
Hayden.
I think it was a fun punk rock song, a punk rock version of a Star Wars
Absolutely,
recap. So,
that's
uh,
my jam. I am all on board. So,
yes, I agree. That was a lot of fun. All right, so here is what my idea is, and you are in for a shocker.
I bet.
I have a list. I just have to find it. Here we go. Nope, wrong. I have so many tabs. Now I sound like Jason. Okay, so
No,
I know you did research as well on
I did
2025 and
a
2026. So
little bit.
here's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. And if you have any on your list that are not on this list, we can talk about them as well. But I have a list of 14 things that happened in 2025. And knowing what these things are, and probably since you did research as well, knowing what some of them are to come up, I'm going to do to you what you did to me with the blind
Ooh,
ranking.
love it.
So there are 14 things. So you have to blind rank these from 1 to 14. What do you think this will fall in the list of these 14 things? How important do you think it is? And I
Okay.
have them, I think the list is pretty, I think it's pretty close to like January through December, but
Okay.
it could be in no particular order also.
So I
Uh
am ranking these on importance to the Star Wars universe, not how much I liked it or cared about it.
However you want to rank it. I think I'm going to rank it how much I like it.
Okay.
So it'll be a personal ranking. That way
Personal rankings.
there's not a wrong ranking. And I'll even be nice since there's 14 of them and it's so hard to as you go through it to be like, "Oh, if you want to move some around as we go, I'll let you."
Wow, that's very nice.
Yeah, I'm a
Uh,
nice guy like that.
well, too bad I've only got a pen handy, so no pencils, no erasers. Let's see
No
what
pencils, no
happens.
erasers. Let's see what happens. Okay, so and then there are 19 things for what's expected for 2026. And what we
Oh
could just
my
do is
gosh.
if we think it will happen or not. So a yes or no to the 19 things of 2026. We
Okay,
don't have we don't have to put them in what how excited we are, just as if it's a yes or no if it will happen.
I love
And
it.
then we can go back in 2027 and see if these things in 20 or in December of 2026 and see if they
Let's
actually
see if
happened
they
or not.
actually happened. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So we're locked in for a year. We have a year contract now with this.
It's
So
gotta happen,
it's
right?
gotta happen. That's right. All right. So the first, and then once we go through, like I said, if you have other things that aren't in this list of 14, this list of 14 actually came from StarWars.com. So
Yeah, it
I'm
was a
sure
good
it's not,
list.
it was
So
a good list. It's not everything. I'm sure there's more than this. Uh, and also like there's a lot of Lego stuff. None of the Lego stuff is on here except for this show. Um, but I don't know if you can see behind me the giant yellow Lego Star Wars word.
I
Uh,
see that one.
yeah.
I keep
So,
getting heckled for not having that one.
well, we bought two of them. I don't. Say, I say we. My wife bought two of them because that's how awesome she is. She bought
Aw.
one, and then it wasn't supposed to be delivered in time. So then her and the kids went back out and found another one.
Yep,
So we have
yep.
two of them. But I will sell the second one to you at a very exorbitant cost. By the way, speaking of
Ooh,
that, the gingerbread AT-AT that I've yet to put together.
it's there. Do you have the Vader?
Well, yes, I have it. I have yet to put it together, but it's here in the box. So it is here, and it has the little gingerbread Vader. Right now, because it's back ordered on Lego's website, people are
Yes.
selling them for like 150 to $200, and it was $59 in the store.
Wow. I mean, that's not a surprise. That's how collection stuff works, right?
Yeah,
So
yes. It's fun that way. And supposedly that's not they're keeping it around until 2020, like late 2026. So it
Mhm.
will be back, but I guess people are just trying to get it for Christmas. So they're like, I'll pay twice what it's worth to give it to my kid for Christmas. So uh
Wow.
wow. So yeah, so that's that. But that's how I think actually of I was listening to somebody talking some collectibles uh TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and they were saying like all the new Star Wars toys, except for Lego, are not very collectible because I guess they're so mass produced now that um, you're not going to get anything in return out of them.
Mhm,
But the
mhm.
Lego, because especially once the Lego set is retired, then the price of it goes up twice. So if you want to get into collecting things, Lego's the way to go, but it's not an instant return. You have to wait until the product gets retired, and then it'll be worth a lot more. So it's a long, slow play. So that's that. All right, enough with my toys. All right, here we go. We got our first look at the Mandalorian Grogu with the official teaser trailer, and Star Wars Starfighter entered production. So that was number one of 14. So what do you think? Where do you think this lays of the importance of 14 is the first look at the Mandalorian and Grogu?
Not Starfighter, just Mandalorian Grogu.
For some reason, they're both tied together. So we'll do Starfighter also. So why not?
Okay.
That might change
Okay.
things.
See, this is big because we haven't had a true Star Wars film, especially in theaters, since Rise of Skywalker. So we've gone like 6 years
Yeah,
without that theatrical release experience other than the anniversary specials. So I feel like this is important.
right.
Personal importance, I'm like, I don't know. Like, so hot take that's gonna get me canceled here. I Mandalorian, uh, like, not my favorite series. I respect it for how very good it is and the world building and everything that it is around it. I think it is iconic, but I never have a craving to go back to it and watch it again and again and again. Perhaps I need to try it again to kinda have that, but it's just one of those shows that's like, that's fine, but it might just be that I'm not into kinda that, like, skullduggery, like, underworld, smuggler kind of area of the Star Wars stuff that it's not my favorite part of it. Clearly, I like the politics as a prequel kid. And so like for me, it's always just kind of like it's fine. Like I think Starfighter, I'm much more excited for the idea of what that could be. But I think for how important getting back into the theatrical area of this one, I think this is a pretty big deal. So I think I have to put it. mm, I'm gonna go 3, and I might regret it later, but,
Okay.
I think that's where I'm gonna put that.
I was thinking the same thing, although it's
You like the
funny.
show a lot more than I do.
So I was as you were saying that, I was thinking, and I was like, me, even a year ago, we would be fighting right now because when Mandalorian came out and as it was coming out with all the seasons that it was coming out with, I loved it. And I did go back and watch it. I watched the first season a half dozen times completely through. Maybe even more. But honestly, it's been so long since the last season came out. I don't want to say I'm over the Mandalorian and Grogu,
Oh.
and like the trailer didn't really give us anything. I don't I don't know if it gave us anything to really look forward to in a movie form. Like it wasn't really telling us anything. It showed us a lot of really cool things. It showed us, you know, a new Razor Crest with different paintings on the side. It showed us Grogu being funny and being cute, but did it really? let us know what the movie is about yet. I don't think it did. So it didn't really do anything to really. Now, am I going to see it opening weekend? Yes. Am I going to see it probably twice opening weekend? Yes. But
Same, same.
but
Yep.
as of right now, this second, am I thinking I'm going to go upstairs and rewatch The Mandalorian? I'm thinking I want to go watch the Skeleton Crew first and then watch The Mandalorian. Um, so I agree with you. I think I'm going to put it at 3 as well. Now the Starfighter does look interesting, but once again, they really didn't tell us anything and we really have no clue what it's about. So it will be interesting to see what that is about. And I hope it's a very good standalone movie. And I hope it's a standalone movie that can create sequels. Um, where what's his name? Who's the kid in it?
Um, it's the kid from Stranger Things.
No, I mean
He
like
has a
the
funny
main
name.
star, the main star.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ryan Gosling?
thank you, Ryan Gosling. Yeah, my mind went blank. Yeah, like Ryan Gosling. I hope they don't do something where he can't come back into another episode, and we maybe have a sequel, a trilogy of this Starfighter, just because it's three different stories. It doesn't have to be a here it's a sequel. It just the first one was good, so we did a second one, type of thing like
Yes.
that. Like
Keep the
that's what
door
I'm
open
looking
for it.
forward to.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I think 3 is a good spot as well. I'm putting that in there as well. All right.
Whew.
Number 2, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith celebrates 20 years. Now, I know this was your series.
This was. And this is great piece of cinema. I was laughing because one of the articles I was reading over the last 2 weeks about Star Wars had like a fan poll intermittent, and it was, "What's your favorite Star Wars movie?"
Okay.
And it went Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One. And I'm like, that is a list I can respect. Um, um,
Yeah, I can yeah. I just wish that Revenge of the Sith had more Darth Vader.
yeah, yeah,
I
leaving
was
at the end.
like the end was okay, but I really wanted to see a bigger, darker turn, and it was a pretty good turn, but um, it definitely wasn't the worst of the 6, 9 movies. So, all right, so 20 years old. It's now 20 years old. How important is that to you?
Anniversaries in terms of like film and TV don't really mean much to me. And I
Mm,
say that because I don't feel like I need an excuse to watch most Star Wars content whenever I feel like it again. I like that it gives me a chance to watch it in the theater again if I want to. That is the one perk that moves it up a little higher for me in terms of list order where I'm guessing. But thinking about other things that might be on the list, it's just kind of like it's there and that's fine. It's like
yeah,
how I feel with next year is going to be 10 years since The Force Awakens. Like cool,
cool.
great, love
Time
it for
has gone
you.
by. Yeah,
Thanks for bringing it back. Now, goes from there. In terms of importance, though, I think just the film itself and being 20 years old and starting to get, of more of age and removed from the time of it first coming out and the stigma, I think it gets a little bit of value as it keeps on going, but I don't want to put it too high compared to a few of the other things that I'm imagining out here. So I think I'm going to slate that down at, let's say 10, and I'll see if I regret that later.
okay. I think I'm going to put it at 12, even lower. We'll see what happens.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. My bias can show. So,
Yes. um, Andor reminded us that we have friends everywhere.
oh, okay. So it's Andor, and this. Oh gosh, I'm probably gonna keep my bias for what might be out there. This is going number 2 for me.
Okay.
I think this proved continuously of how good Star Wars stories can be serialized. And this did a good job of mixing in kind of that like um the outlaw kind of thing that I kind of shy away from, but mixing it in with kind of the greater world around, having a bunch of compelling characters and just good storytelling of what Star Wars in a serialized version can be. And like this is like peak, absolute peak right now for where Star Wars is in terms of content. And I think though that they were able to wrap it up nicely, still give things in the world open to kind of go out there. It's just so iconically important of keeping this franchise in a positive spot in the world.
I agree. I actually think, me personally, this was the biggest thing that I was looking forward to of 2025.
Yep.
Because the first two stories, the movie and then season one, uh, were so good that I couldn't wait for this. So I'm putting it at numero uno. I'm moving it all the way up to one.
Fully
Uh,
respect that.
yeah.
Fully do. Yep.
I also just want to let you know, I just realized that somehow I have a duplicate. So we only have 13 things, not 14 things.
Okay.
So if you want to move 10 around anywhere else, if you want to move it up a little bit, you can do that. If you want to leave it at 10, that's
It
fine also.
it's in pen, we'll stick with it and suffer
It's
the
thank you.
consequences when I have to say BD1 is my favorite droid.
and no. All right. Uh
Oh.
a nice Chewbacca roar there.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so I'm going to say next one. Star Wars Skeleton Crew brought the kids home and ushered at Adam into the larger galaxy. I loved this series. I thought this was a very good series. Um, so I have to. This was a show that I went back and I watched again, like 2 or 3 times during the week because I liked each episode so much. And as I was thinking of shows to watch, I said, "Oh, I want to rewatch this." But what I wound up doing earlier today was I watched a different show because I realized I don't think I watched that whole thing. So I did that too, and we'll get to that also. So I'm going to put this pretty high as well. I think I'm putting this at 4 because I know what else is coming.
Good, good.
So
I can guess, but,
I know,
I don't
yeah,
know for sure because I don't know what you have or did
right.
not.
So I know what
I
I want to say for 2. So go ahead.
4 is a good spot. I'm gonna go 5, and for a
Okay.
lot of the same reasons of I think this was another great example of what Star Wars can be. I thought it was cute, it was nostalgic with the right amount with
Mhm.
Goonies and other things. The storytelling was really nice throughout the whole thing. It was just exaggerated enough to be interesting. But yeah, I really enjoyed the show. This was a good surprise show, and I wonder if that's part of the charm of some of these shows of like Andor starts, Skeleton Crew starts, and it's low bar because you don't
Yeah.
know a whole lot, you don't know what you're getting into. But as like non-Star Wars stories with Star Wars lore tucked in, even Skeleton Crew having a Jedi be involved, unlike Andor really doing, like it still worked out really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, both good spots. Star Wars Tales of the Underworld put the spotlight on two characters that thrive in the shadows. Star Wars Tales of the Underworld. Where do you put that from 1 through 13?
I didn't watch this.
Oh,
I missed it when it came out, and I've just never gone back to it.
I think you
And
should. It was good.
that is bad on me as a Star Wars
Mhm.
fan. Because I just never think about it in these moments. I know I should go back and watch it, just like I've started watching the Rebuild the Galaxy, so I can
Uh-huh.
actually get into that one. So I at least have context on that one finally. But I think these are good, at least from what I watched of like Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire.
Mhm.
I like these short stories. It's kind of like when I talk about visions. I like seeing glimpses into the world of Star Wars. And these are nice for like, here's this character that maybe didn't get a lot of screen time, but we have story ideas for and we'd like to tell them. And I think that's why I like a lot of the books and comics so much and why I'm really high on those because we get a lot of more of that like in-depth time with them. So I think these are really good. I think these bring a lot of good value to where we're going. I don't think they're necessarily the greatest thing to come out of it, but they're important to me. So I am going to put this one. Oh gosh, I just talked it up, but now I'm thinking about what else might be on here for me. Gosh, I talked it up and I'm gonna put it at 9.
Hey, I mean, it is good. I enjoyed it. I'm looking at it right now. There's only 6 episodes. They're all each roughly 15 minutes each. So
Yeah.
30 an hour. So hour and a half, you can watch the whole thing, all 6 episodes.
Oh,
It
good.
was fun. Um, they were good characters. And it did have a good story development through the 6 episodes. So it's okay if you talk it up and put it at 9. If you want to put it somewhere else, you can. What do you think?
I think
Final decision?
I'm happy with 9
Okay.
because I think it's a good testament of there were a lot of things I enjoyed that happened this year or things that have been teased that I'm looking forward to next year. So for me, good year.
Okay. I am gonna put it maybe a little bit higher. I think I'm gonna put it around 7. 7 for me. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed all of these like short story settings. I think they could have been done even like Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, same thing, where they could have just done it in a 1 hour or hour and a half show instead of 6 15-minute episodes. Like, I'm not
Mhm,
really
mhm.
sure the idea, what Disney or Lucasfilm, Lucas Arts, Lucas whatever, what
Yep.
the purpose is for doing short movies, unless it's a ADD TikTok thing where people can't sit for an hour and a half. So if they break it down into 15-minute segments, more people will watch it. I'm not sure which, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good story. I like the characters in it, and I would like to see more of those characters as well. So I put it at 7.
I like it.
All right. This one's a little vague. Oh no, I take it back because it gets better at the end. Lucasfilm Animation observed its 20th anniversary and announced Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord coming in 2026. So the second half of that I find much more intriguing than the first half. Is the fact that it's 20 years old? Super proud of you. You you made it to 20.
Good job, just like Revenge of the Sith,
Yeah,
hooray!
hooray! You started 20 years ago. But the mall story, that looks and I don't even think they really have given us anything yet other than just, like, a lot of close-ups of Maul and just his devious talking and everything. I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yes." So, I think because I love Maul so much that I'm very excited for this. So, I'm going to put this above Tales of the Underworld. I'm gonna put this around 6 because I have only a few spots in between there to fill, and I want to make sure that this gets a high ranking because I'm pretty excited for this, even though it didn't happen in 2025. But the letting us know that it's coming is very exciting.
Yep. Alright, come here. I was hoping you would have this on the list. This is my number 1. This
Oh,
this is my Star Wars excitement right now. I have carried so much anger at my fellow Star Wars fans after Solo for all the hate it got because that story had such a good cliffhanger that just like TV shows, sometimes you just have to get through the first season
uh
and
huh.
then it gets good. But no, we decided first season too bad, never want to see it again, and we're taking out our hate because of what we didn't like about the sequel trilogy was going to be. And so we killed off such a good story. We
Yep.
stopped our opportunity to see more Mall and everything that was coming around that crime syndicate Mall. And I've been so angry about that for so many years that when this got announced, I'm like, finally, I will take it in animated form. I don't care. I
Yeah.
want this story. This has had me hyped for all things Star Wars. If this gets pushed back, this will be my number 1 again next year. I don't care. I will wait. I am patient. I want this. This is what I am looking forward to. This is my number 1.
Awesome. Well, I am very happy for you that you found your number 1, and that this is it because this is a very good number one, I will say.
Thank you
Um,
for letting me have my soapbox.
yes, yes, no, I loved Maul and the fact that he was slighted in the movie so much with only having 6 lines and this and that, and getting cut in half, and then suddenly he's reborn. And he was so much better in the animated version where we got to learn so much more about him. He was awesome. When I heard this, I too was very excited. But unfortunately, I only put it at 6 because I know what I want to fill in at 2 and 5. But it's
That's fair.
still it's still very, very exciting stuff. So I'm very excited
I
for it.
What really helps win me over too is just how much Sam Witwer loves Star Wars. Like, he's involved
Yes.
in everything. He knows everything. Like,
Mhm.
he cares so much, and it's hard not to buy in with that too. And
And
so,
he was even Instagram, posting just pictures of his horns months ago, like, even in January or maybe even last year,
yeah,
and
yeah,
just like, "Oh, I'm trying something out here," like, all these, like, little he kept throwing these little teasers
mhm,
out there all over the
mhm,
place. So, it was pretty interesting, and just the fact that he cared that much really made me happy.
mhm.
Alright, the next one was one that we both have talked about already, and I watched it today as I was, actually building no, I was building I'm building a little mini gonk droid, um,
Cute.
because I made a large one for my classroom, and so now I want to make a little one that goes on my desk. So I was working on gluing together my little mini gonk droid today, and as I was doing that, I was watching because I realized either I watched it once as I was going to bed and then never turned it back on again, or whatever the case was. But I remembered I didn't really pay very close attention to Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxies Season 2. Pieces of the Past assembled a charming new story. So I watched that today and I rather enjoyed it. It was good. It was a good story. It was interesting where they kind of went with it. They kind of, jumped through a lot of the timelines of different things. And I realized we never talked about it on the show. So maybe next episode, after you watch it and I watch it, we can give a full rundown of what happened on that episode, on that series, because it was a good little, I think it was 6 episodes as
That's
well.
yeah.
Good little series there, so it was fun. And Jedi Bob is awesome as always.
Mhm.
So where does Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy fall on your list?
This is gonna fall at number 8 for me, is my guess.
Okay.
I think this is cute to imagine what the Star Wars world is. I think they do a great job, like, making it a kids show, but still interesting for us adults. I love that they lean into the memes, like, Darth Jar Jar is a thing, and what's not to love about just saying, like, "Yeah, this is funny. Let's just make it funny and make it something that could be real." So I think it's a cool series. It doesn't pretend to be anything it's not. It
Right.
is just bluntly itself in its own kind of world, and I think we need things like that.
Yeah, I agree because it also brings us a lot of fun things like the black Mandalorian, no, black uh Millennium Falcon. That's the word I'm looking for.
Mhm,
So it
mhm.
brought us the black Millennium Falcon with another variant of the color of Darth Vader. He was white in this because he was a good guy instead of a bad guy.
That's right. Yeah.
And my favorite character, Mando Lorian, or no, I take that back. Lando Morian, reverse that. They gave us Lando Morian, which was Lando Calrissian in a Mandalorian costume, and he was
Incredible.
awesome. He was so great in it. So you definitely have to, if you didn't watch it, it is definitely fun for what it is, and they don't, like you said, they don't try to be something that they're not. They're fun, they're good, and that's that. So I'm putting it at 5 because of my love for Lego and the fact that it definitely gave us one, possibly even 2 or 3 different Lego sets because of the variations of them in there.
And I
Um,
think they'll keep bringing more out as they keep on doing more releases because
yeah,
it's easy.
yeah,
So,
because it's easy. It's different and it's easy. Yeah. All
yep.
right. Next up, which I think you will definitely rank higher than me. Star Wars Visions returns with 6 new episodes.
As soon as you said I'll rank it higher, I'm like, I know exactly what's coming.
Yep, so I'll let you say wherever you're gonna put it in, then I'll tell you that I'm putting it at, like, 10.
Yep, yep, that sounds about right. I still love Visions. I think it's great that we get Star Wars and other art forms. It's nice that we have 9 episodes from 8 studios, and I think it's cool that one of them is branching out to be its own, like, series that's coming from it. So it's
Yeah,
proof that they've seen the analytics that something can work out of this and they want to like dig into it more, and I think that's really important for a lot of things. I don't know if it's as important as other things, but my list is running out of things to say are important because I've got 4, 6, 7, and then my bottom three, so I'm terrified for what you are going to make me put last. um but we will respect the choices. I'm going to put this at 7.
at 7, alright, and like I said, I'm not an anime fan where the story's good, yes. Did it keep my attention? Not as much. So unfortunately for me, and this is why they make chocolate and vanilla ice cream. So I put it at 10 because I it was good, but just wasn't good for me. So
Yep, respect it.
yeah. Star Wars Celebration brought the stars to Japan. So Star Wars Celebration this year was in Japan. How important was that to you?
Oh no. I thought since you were doing announcements, you were gonna put this one in there. Uh, oh no. Oh no, because I know I have two things, if not three, that I want to put higher than that. This was so important though. Ugh. Oh, can I tank one of those other ones that might come up? No, I have to do this one. Oh, I have to put it at 11. And this is not properly reflective of my true feelings, but that's how the game works.
That's
Um,
how it works.
I think this whole celebration experience was great. They have a ton of announcements. Now, this could be proper if nothing comes true or a few things come true out of celebration, but like the nice moments that they had at celebration when they were announcing things, when Hayden Christensen was there and everything, like those are the things that we want from these conventions. Like that's what it's supposed to be. That's what we're supposed to have. Obviously, not been to Japan and wasn't there for it, so I didn't get that full experience. It's on my list at some point to go to both Star Wars Celebration and Japan, so like those will happen. But I think keeping these conventions and announcements and bringing people to the fans is really important to do. Um, Probably more important than celebrating a 20th anniversary, but here we are. Guess not.
This is where you put it.
Told you, pen. I'm stuck with it.
You're stuck with the pen, and I was gonna let you move things around, but you said no, so
You were nice, and
I
no.
was nice, yeah. Alright, well, it's funny because I I forgot about all the neat things, and I just remembered all the things that disappointed me when they made so many
Oh,
announcements that
yeah.
then got, like, in development or status unknown at this point, and I'm just like, what's the point of these things if 70% of the stuff that they talk about then winds up never getting made? It's like you get me all excited and then you go, we changed our mind. So,
Mhm, mhm.
um, I didn't say to you, but I did say it on one of the around the Dejeric tables that I read a whole article from somebody who said that the Disney Plus format is drastically going to be changing in the future, starting with 2025 into 2026. That Andor will probably be the last live action Star Wars big budget series that we ever get because Disney and all the streamers are putting so much money into creation, but then they're not getting that return with the millions of people who buy the services. It's not bouncing out for them the cost of the shows. So they're going to be start doing a lot of more low budget shows, and animation is obviously a lot cheaper to do than live action stuff. And
Mhm.
So we're probably never going to see a live action Star Wars at the big budget that we saw before. I hope we get something on a medium budget because I don't know if we need a movie budget for every episode of Star Wars. Like, think of how many great TV shows there are that aren't on the same budget that Andor was. Just TV shows in general,
Yeah.
like so if they could work out a way to have a good drama like the New York City police, all those CSIs, and there's a thousand different CSI, Miami, this, that, whatever. Um,
Mhm.
they're not at the same budget as Andor. So if Disney can figure out a way to do a good television show, Star Wars, not at that high budget, that'll be better. So seeing
I
all
think
the stuff,
you bring a good point because I'm thinking about what's happening now in TV world, and that's Stranger Things' last season that came out,
yeah,
and I think they spent like 50 or $60 million on each episode.
yeah,
I haven't watched, I don't think, since season 2, so I'm definitely not up to date, but it seems like all the reviews I'm seeing or hearing from people of like, it's fine. Like, there's
yeah.
some moments where people are pretty high on, but a lot of it is just like, it's okay, or it's just kinda is what it is. So it's like people have to learn money doesn't equal good.
Yeah,
Like,
and definitely, like, my kids and I have watched it when it came out opening night each night, and like you said, it's fine. Like, do I want to see the next breakdown on New Year's Eve? Yes, because I'm tied in, but is it worth the money that they spent? Probably not. And, like, it's all about writing. If the writing is good, it doesn't matter if it's on $1,000 budget or if it's on a $50 million budget. If the writing
mhm,
is good, you're gonna watch it, and this
mhm.
season of writing isn't as good as it was in the past, and I also think for me personally, it's awfully also hard to watch these kids that are now 5 years older than they were. They're all adults at this point.
They
They
are.
all look like adults at this point, and they're all playing juniors in high school, and I'm like, "This isn't Beverly Hills 90210 when they're supposed to just be beautiful children." Like,
Yeah,
they just look like they're college and not high school age kids.
yep.
So yeah, so for me, celebration, is I have 2, 8, 11 left. I think I'm gonna put it. I'll put it at 8. I'll put it because, like you said, the good things that you were talking about were fun, but they were all overshadowed for me by all the things that we empty promises that we got. So I just
I
have to
can't
remember all the good things.
You're making me feel better about 11 very quickly, just so you know. So I appreciate
See,
that. So
see, you're the optimist. You just remember all the fun things, and I'm the
it's true.
pessimist. I'm the East Coaster that nothing ever goes right for us. So I'm like, "Oh, I love Star Wars, but," so that's
But
but.
yes.
All right, this is the one that I wrote down twice, so you only have to answer this
Okay,
one
so I have to
time.
rank it twice. Got it.
You have to rank it twice. The galaxy of gaming continues to expand, so they basically put all of the new Star Wars games together into one lump sum. How important is Star Wars gaming to you? And Olivia just joined us in the chat, and I know how important it is to her. So I'm sure
Absolutely.
she would rank this in the top 13. This would definitely be probably 2 or 3 for her because she loves gaming so much.
So Star Wars gaming is important to me. I've just started dabbling in Star Wars Outlaws, but I've become distracted by Pokemon ZA. And
Okay.
so that's kind of how it happens. So I enjoy the Star Wars games. I am so happy for things like FOTAR coming back. I don't remember what it stands for, but FOTAR instead of the
Yeah.
KOTAR era,
Mhm.
because I love the Old Republic era and I'm excited to see that get more limelight, but that's like 5 years away.
Yes.
And everything else is just like, it's fine, and I'll believe it when I see it, which is such a different take than my mall can show up whenever kind of deal. I get that. Like
It is.
two very ends of the spectrum for this one. But gaming for me in terms of like my love for Star Wars just helps me enjoy it when I play the games, but it's never like I need to have that. So I'm gonna put this one down at 12.
Okay, so I'm reading the article of it now, and it says gamers across the stars and platforms went on several new interactive adventures this year. One of the most exciting, as first announced at Star Wars Celebration Japan, was when Star Wars teamed up with Fortnite once again to deliver a summer season worth remembering. This 5-part, month-long initiative dubbed Fortnite Galactic Battle had many highlights, but the ability to finally play as a long-term fan favorite Darth Jar Jar, whose powers included sinister force lightning, was the ultimate win. I don't play Fortnite anymore, so it didn't matter to me. This
Same.
They say coming in 2026 to PlayStation 5, developed by Big Reactor Collection with the Respawn Entertainment Lucasfilm Zero Company.
Excited
Well,
for that.
yeah, that one's coming out in 2026. A Clone Wars era story featuring a brand new and rather ragtag set of heroes. We cannot wait to play it all next year. The Adventures of Kay Vess continues with that should be isn't that no okay with the
Star Wars
DCL
Outlaws.
Star
Yep,
Wars
with the
Outlaws.
DLC.
Okay,
Yep.
yep, the Pirates Fortune DLC. The original game was also released on Nintendo Switch too. ILM discovers a new immersive experience in Star Wars Beyond Victory, a mixed reality playset, an
I don't have a
exclusive
Meta
game.
Quest.
Yeah, on the MetaQuest. Now this is finally pod racing to cap off 2025. And on that note of pod racing, there were two surprise Star Wars gaming announcements during December's Game Awards. The first was a mysterious cinematic trailer revealing the upcoming Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. There you go. That's what FOTAR
Photar.
is.
Yep.
And Return to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, and Star Wars Galactic Racer is the other one. So
Mhm.
but like you said, FOTAR, and we talked about this on the last show, the Galactic Racers, they said FOTAR may not even come out until like PlayStation 6 or possibly even into PlayStation 7. So these two games that they announced, it's another announcement. Whoopity doo, may not come out for a very, very long time. So
And it comes on the heels of them shutting down Star Wars Hunters as well, which also
yeah.
made me sad because that game was fun. So
Yeah, yeah. So for me, I have 11 and 13 left. Actually, maybe there's I don't know. So
uh,
I'll put
I was
this
like,
at
I have
11.
4 left before I rank this one, so you might want to check your
Oh, I
list.
have two also. There we go. I have
Oh, okay.
two. Yes, two.
That one's already penciled in for you though, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
I know what that one is. Yes. All right. So there's three left. I have good. I have three holes and three good. Perfect. That's exactly what I
three
want.
three spots left. Okay.
Three spots left. All right. Marvel's flagship Star Wars comic relaunches with previously untold stories set after the events of Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So, this is what you were talking about in the news. So, this seems pretty exciting to you, I would think. So,
Yes.
you.
Yes, it does. I love the comics. I will always talk about how much I love the comics, how unexpectedly I enjoy comics in the Star Wars universe. The stories are great, the art is great, everything just works so nice through the format. I love it so much. I think it brings great additions to the universe. It fills in little gaps really nicely or just tells additional stories. I think these are undervalued. And so I put a lot of extra importance on this one. So this is taking my slot number 4.
Okay. Awesome. Four. Oh, and I didn't write down what your last one was. The Galaxy A Gaming. Where did you put that one? You said it.
That's 12 for
12.
me.
Okay.
I'm
Good.
leaving
Okay.
13 and I might regret it, but we'll
Yeah.
find out.
I'm looking at what's left of my whatever it is what it is.
Oh,
um
no.
so I have 2, 11, and 13 left. And the while the comics
You can put it at 13. It's okay. I will still co-host the show with you.
yeah, because I know what the other one is. So I'm cheating here. I'm gonna put this at 13 because the comics don't really
Oh,
do anything for me. I
oh,
read one or two comics and that was it. So yeah, it is what it is, and it's going
Yes.
down there. And sorry, but
Oh,
you know, you like comics. I never got into it. I apologize once again. Anime never got into. Comics never got into.
you're just
But
gonna have to give it a try sometime. You'll
I'm gonna have
understand
to. Yeah.
comics. I
Yeah.
might have talked them up too much already though. So
No, no. I think I. So here's the problem for me, and I did get a couple of Star Wars comics. I got this one. Before I went
Mhm.
to Star Wars, I got the Galaxy's Edge. It's a whole book. It's not just the small one. Uh, but it's like it's a neat what do they call them? Graphic novel. So
Mhm.
it was a neat graphic novel all about Galaxy's Edge. This is the way that they kind of said you know that Galaxy's Edge is a real place. They did it by introducing it in this comic, and then it was mentioned in a couple other things in the past couple of years. But I appreciate and I love the art, and I could sit here and stare at the pictures and be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I know how much effort went into this, and how beautiful they are, and how good of artists there are that make comic books and graphic novels and all that good stuff. But there's like 4 sentences on the whole 2 pages. So, while they're beautiful to look at, I read the words and I go, "Okay, moving on. Okay, yep, uh-huh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay, okay." And then,
Mhm.
like, they're such a fast read if you just read them quickly, and I'm not into going back and looking through them a second and a third time and all that good stuff,
Yep.
which is why I don't think it ever really got me excited. I
That's
do
fair.
appreciate them for what they are, and I think they're amazing. And I would love to talk to an artist who does it and all that good stuff. But you know, whatever. It's just they're fun reads, but then I just put them down too quickly. So I think that's where my problem is. So yeah, so that's that. So that as I put these in the wrong spot. Okay. Lucasfilm announces the return of Star Wars A New Hope to movie theaters. So this is the one that I've been holding out for. You, on the other
Oh
hand,
no.
yeah, you're in trouble because
Oh.
I knew this was coming. I put this at 2 because it didn't happen. It was the announcement. So that's why it's below Andor for me. Andor is 1 because it happened. The announcement. If this, in fact, is the original, which is what they are rumored saying, the no McClunky scene, the no extra CGI scenes, the original 1976 version all over again, this will be amazing because George Lucas has said this version does not exist after he did
Right.
uh anniversary special, he called it. That became the new official Star Wars and New Hope movie. So if they go back to the original non CGI version, this is going to be amazing. Now, where does it fit for you?
I was bank okay. So, Meta, I was banking on you having Ahsoka season 2 announcement and something with one of the book series coming as the last one. I did not expect you to put episode 4 in here. Oh no. Cuz uh, this okay. So it's that big question of like if it is that original like you're saying, this is important because this is acknowledging what the history was and what it looks like and the ugly emperor and all those other pieces that come with it, right?
Yes.
And like that's acknowledging like where Star Wars originated and why people fell in love with it the first time.
Mhm.
But it's still just a re-release at the end, still kind of in some ways, but this is a release of something you can't find unless you own the DVD. I think I have to respect it for what it's doing for the legacy, even though it's just another anniversary thing, but because of what it could be. If it's not the original, this deserves 13.
Yes, I agree
But
because I
I
don't want the McClunky version.
but I am going to embrace the optimist that you have dubbed me, and I will put this at 6 and apologize to Ahsoka for going 13 if you've done that to
Well,
me.
I luckily for you, I did not go Ahsoka at all. Ahsoka was not in here at all.
Oh, sweet relief.
Yes. So you do not have to be bashing Ahsoka at 13.
I
What
was I
you
was gonna be ready to debate and just do it like, Greedo shot first, and that was important.
and now
Ooh.
So what is the last one is the anniversary that you spoke about earlier. The Force Awakens marks
Oh,
10 years old. So
perfect,
that is
perfect.
perfect for 13.
Oh,
I uh was confused. I missed a number. So this unfortunately
is
is going
11 for you?
no, I had 11. I did the gaming I put at 11. This
Okay.
this is going up to 9.
Stop.
9. I
You
somehow
had
missed
you had the cheat sheet.
I had the cheat sheet and everything, and somehow this is at 9. That definitely is not worthy of a 9. That is that is girl math on my part. That is bad, bad math there that put it at 9. Ugh,
It's fine. You can just acknowledge that you really like
ugh.
the sequels. I get it.
That's
This
what it
all makes sense now. So,
is. Well, I think this is Tom's favorite sequel movie, so I'm gonna say for Tom, I put this one at 9.
oh,
Uh
this is the second best sequel movie. Ugh,
But anywho, whatever. It fell where it fell. I did some bad girl math there,
it
and
happens.
it happens. And I wanted to put it at 13, but then I was like, I had 12 and 11 already taken. I was like, so yeah, so whatever. It is what it is. But that one's boring. I'm excited for hopefully the return of Star Wars and New Hope to movie theaters. I will definitely, if it's the original version, see it multiple times as well. So that is what happened in 2025. You have other things you spoke about. Ahsoka, for example. Was it season 2 that we had this year? I didn't even
Season
realize.
2.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, so we had some Ahsoka, season 2. What else did you find for us in 2025 that I missed out on?
So I think at this point they've wrapped up all the new High Republic publishing,
Okay,
which
yes.
I feel like they've done so quietly after the Acolyte went down so poorly
Yeah.
that it just kind of stopped and just wasn't a thing anymore. And I understand, but I also think like we need to talk about this more, but without like a TV show or movie, it's not
Yeah.
going to get out to the crowd, and so it's just not really going to be much of a thing.
Yeah, the books were good. I read a couple of them. I didn't read all of them. I read some of them. And I enjoyed them. They're good. It's a shame that the movie, the series was so bad. Um, so I also after I did the StarWars.com one, I asked AI everything that happened in Star Wars in 2025. And here's what it said. So let's see how much they got right and how much they got wrong. In
Oh, nice.
in 2025, the Star Wars franchise set around the return of fan favorite Andor season 2. We got that. That is good. Rogue
Yep.
One. Oh, is a direct prequel to Rogue One. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Skeleton Crew. Skeleton
Yep.
Crew. That is true. That is good. Star
Good.
Wars Visions Volume 3 was released in
Mhm,
2025.
mhm, yep.
Also, The Young Jedi Adventures, which we didn't talk about, but I think you said, did you watch them or did you, somebody, maybe
I've
Nick
I've
watched them?
I've I've watched a bunch of them. I enjoy them. I think they're cute.
I think
You
they're
can see
cute.
Nubs on my shelf behind me.
Oh, there
I
you
think
go.
they're lovely. I
Yeah,
think
they
they're a
are
great
lovely.
kid show. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. So,
Yeah. Exactly. They introduce kids, little kids, to Star Wars in a very cute, fun way, and everybody has a lightsaber practically, so it's fun. The Young Jedi Adventures, which is at Mall Shadow Lord, good. Star Wars Celebration Japan, 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. Sean Levy film titled Star Wars Starfighter. That was the preview. Okay. Video
mhm,
games, they
mhm.
talk about the Outlaws. They talk about Jedi Power Battles Remastered. This classic action game was re-released on modern consoles on January 23rd, 2025. Jedi Power Battles Remastered. Did you ever play that game?
It sounds familiar, but I can't say with confidence I did.
Okay. New comic eras, Marvel Comics launched, and the High
Excited
Republic.
to see
This
those back.
multi-year publishing initiative reaches a conclusion in 2025 with the final installment of Phase 3. So they didn't talk about Ahsoka either. Nobody talked about Ahsoka in 2025.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, Ahsoka 1 came out, was it 2023? They were filming this year. So I think the expectation was we'd have a
Oh,
preview that it
okay.
would come out next year. So I think that's where my brain was thinking because I
There
remember
you
them
go.
wrapping filming and going from there. But yeah, they didn't talk about it at celebrations, I don't think. And so maybe
No.
my brain is just willing it to happen, but it didn't. So I feel a lot better about that.
Yes,
But
there we
who
go. That's
knows? Because that has a lot of questions.
yeah, because it does say IMDb says that season 2 will premiere in 2026. But yeah, there was nothing with all the oh, this is coming. You would think that they would have a this is coming for Ahsoka as well. So all right, well,
Leads me to
here
believe there might
is
not be.
yeah. Let's see. Yes slash no. We can even do this kind of fast if you want to. We don't need to. We'll do this as speed round because it's already an hour and
Ooh,
20 minutes in. I didn't realize how long we've been chatting it
well,
up here.
people love good long episodes, right?
They
So,
sure do. All right. So yes, no. 2026. Will John Favreau's The Mandalorian and Grogu movie come out?
yes,
Yes. All right. I think so as
they-
well.
they've they've
Oops.
got the date committed.
They are
It's
there.
it's got to happen,
Okay. Maul Shadow
especially with
Lord.
tie-ins. So,
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, they already have tie-ins to it. All right, Maul Shadow Lord. Will that come out in 2026?
it better.
All
I'm
right.
willing it as a yes.
Okay. Yes and yes. Star Wars Visions presents the Ninth Jedi. Will we see that?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that one gets delayed.
Okay. You say no. I'm gonna say yes, but probably like October. Very late.
Okay.
Star Wars Starfighter. It has a date, May 28th. Oh, that's so stupid. Mandalorian and Grogu is May 22nd, and then Starfighter is May 28th.
Starfighter's 2027.
2027. You are correct. I can't read. Okay, so will that come out?
Not in 2026.
Not in 2026.
I'm pretty sure they wrapped filming on that one too, if I remember right. But
Yeah,
I might just be dreaming that one up too. So I gotta
I
assume
think.
that one will hit its date in
All
2027.
right. So yes and yes. All right. Star Wars Ahsoka season 2. Will we see Ahsoka season 2 in 2026?
I'm gonna say no.
Um, I'm gonna say yes because they spent all the money so far and they want to have something. I think it's going to probably be December.
Hmm.
So yes. All right.
Ooh,
Now,
interesting.
all the rest of these are in development or status unknown. So this will be a lot more fun now. Uh,
Okay.
Taiko Waikiki Star Wars movie doesn't even have a name
Oh,
yet.
oh my gosh. I don't think that one happens.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that one has already been shut down.
Yep.
James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie.
I think that one will happen, but I think in a while.
Okay, so you're saying like 2027 probably,
Like
or eight
2030.
2030. We're gonna forget all about it. You'll be like, I knew it.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. So
I'm gonna say so many of these are just like yeah, hit or misses. I'm gonna say
it's
no.
full shot in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah, it's full shot in the dark. I'm saying no. Dave Filoni's Mando versus New Republic movie.
Uh, um, I I think he will make that one happen. I think he's got the full support of John Favreau to really push that one forward at some point. Not in 2026 to be clear, but
Yeah,
I think that one will come through.
I think that one will come through as well. Who knows when, but I think yes. Charmin Obidai Chinoy's new Jedi Order movie.
Uh oh gosh. Cuz is this the one that like is bringing Ray back for things?
Let me
Am I
see.
remembering that one right?
Uh, let me try and do a Google search here. Let's see what it says. Star Wars titled Jedi, the new Jedi Order movie is actively in development at Lucasfilm, focusing on Daisy Ridley's Rey Star Wars, building a new Jedi Order 15 years after the rise of Skywalker. So, yes, that is what it is.
Okay. So yeah, oh gosh, I think this one's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna be because Daisy Ridley is gonna will this to be out there. Like
Hmm.
she's already doing interviews and talking to people about how this is gonna be worth the wait, and it's gonna be such a good thing. And if you're willing to put your star out there, or you're not like stopping your star from saying it, I think it's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen as well because Daisy Ridley is already talking it up, and since she wants it to happen, I think it's going to happen. So yes, not in 2026, but at some point, yes. All right, Simon Kingberg, Star Wars trilogy.
So I want this one to happen. 'Cause, like, I feel like he did a pretty good job in the X-Men arc that he did, of a lot of those, and I think he can make some really interesting stuff to go with it, to make it happen, and I'm guessing he's willing to throw some of his own production budget behind it. I just I worry that another Star Wars trilogy is putting a lot of pressure on something.
Yeah,
And I think you brought up the right point of do a movie, leave some things open that you can continue it, but still close it, and that's the way to go. So committing to a trilogy is hard for me.
yeah,
I am going to keep my optimism though and say this will happen.
okay. I also think that they might allow the first movie to happen, and then, like you said, and like we were talking about earlier, hope that it can get more. But there's like 3 or 4 different trilogy ideas on this list. So it's a lot of movies. I'm gonna say yes to one and then take it from there. I don't know if they're gonna sign on to a whole trilogy, but I think they'll sign on to one with like a kind of like what's unfortunately happening with the new the movie that's out now with the blue people, the um
Avatar?
Avatar, yeah, that the 3rd one is just like, "Eh," everybody's just like, "Whatever." Um,
Yep.
so, Carlton and Nick Curse's Star Wars series. What
Oh,
is
I
this
haven't
supposed to be?
I was like, I don't think I've heard anything about this one.
No,
So
I haven't heard anything about this either. So let me see what this is popping up on the old Google scope here. Carlton Loss marking their first official project together. Details are scarce, but it's a live action series in early development, expanding the Star Wars universe beyond extending stories, with Kurtz bringing his proven TV show running experience to the galaxy far, far away. So he did Watchmen and The Leftovers, Lost, and Jack Ryan. And so it's Carlton and his son Nick are working on it together.
oh
Um,
wow. He's got a good repertoire. So
yeah.
oh wow.
Okay. So
I think
in
this happens.
in April, it was in the Hollywood Reporter are working on a mysterious show for Lucasfilm. Um, it says news comes on the eve of Andor season two's debut. After putting Disney Plus on the map with the early breakouts, what does it say? Carlton Curse is. It just says it very little. Unreal. It's just talking about
That's
everything else. The company also revealed new details of Ahsoka season two. It doesn't.
This is funny. Carlton Cuse's fellow Lost co-showrunner had a Star Wars project in development at one point, but that fell apart. So maybe
That's
it's a
really
bad
funny.
omen that you shouldn't have gone to the island. So maybe
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen then.
uh,
So yeah,
it
I
just.
mean, it might depend on the TV series, right?
Yeah.
Like if Ahsoka does well, because it's the argument you were making of like it sounds like that would be live action, and can Star Wars maintain that Star Wars live action budget, especially if you're pulling someone who's done Lost, which was fine in the budget, but then like Jack Ryan and Lock and Key recently have a little bit more investment to them, not like huge by
Yeah.
any means like Andor, but like that might be a sweet middle ground to kind of land and progress to. So
Did you
maybe I talked
ever
myself back into it.
Yeah, did you ever I know, I'm like I'm flipping back and forth and I'm thinking of different things as well. Did you watch the series Firefly?
I watched, the first 2 episodes and then got distracted by other TV, but it is
Okay.
on my list of shows to go back to.
So it was a science fiction TV show, and you could tell that it didn't have the budget that our traditional Star Wars shows so far have had.
Mhm.
It was good, and the writing was very good, let's put it that way. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed the writing a lot, but you could definitely tell that it was a much lower budget show because the science fiction stuff in it were just like four-wheelers painted gray with, like, extra plastic around it type of things.
Yep.
It wasn't like they spent millions of dollars building complete one-off pieces for the show. They just manipulated existing things to look more science fictiony. And then you think about Lost. Lost was a very good science fiction show, but it was
Mhm.
also based in kind of in a weird reality type thing. So they didn't really need to go too far into the science fiction scope. So I would like this, knowing that this guy wrote Lost and was a showrunner on good television shows, that I feel he would know how to put together a good TV show. I would want a budget that would be higher than whatever the Firefly budget would be, but it
Yes.
doesn't have to be all the way up to the budget that we've had. And I think there's somewhere in the middle there that you could make a very good Star Wars TV series out of it. So
Mhm. Mhm.
that being said, I think I'm willing this into existence and hoping that this does happen. I just closed the tab. There we go. Hoping that this does happen because he seems to be a pretty good showrunner slash producer. So I'm going to say yes, that I hope it happens at some point in time.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right. Now we're up to the ones that are listed under status unknown.
Oh gosh.
Uh Star Wars Rogue Squadron, the movie.
Oh my gosh. We've been talking about this for years.
I know. So I
Uh,
wanted this movie to happen when it first came out. I wanted this is the one with the pilots. What was his name? The guy from Kim's Convenience was the one pilot. The
yeah, because he was in the Mando stuff. Because
Yeah,
this was supposed to be the Cara Dune spinoff.
right, right. So Paul Sun Hoyen, I don't know how to say his last name. Paul Sun Paul Sun Hoyen Lee. So he was the pilot that when then they tried to I guess they recruited Cara Dune or something like that and
Mhm.
whatever. But I wanted this series since The Mandalorian. I wanted this series. So I wish this series would be happening, but I feel like it's been squashed two times already.
Yeah,
Um
I don't see this one happening. I don't
no.
think it will. I think they had just ideas. I think they've moved on. I think Star Wars Starfighter is probably eating up any of the good ideas that they had with it, and so it's just not happening.
Yeah. The Mandalorian season 4 slash Book of Boba Fett season 2, status unknown. I
Well,
mean,
Mando 4 is definitely not happening
yeah,
because we
Mando
got the
4 is definitely
movie.
not happening.
I
So,
mean, unless
are
they're leaving that open for future, but
but why go why and I even think like Pedro Pascal has said something like that the Mandalorian is done after this movie type of thing. So,
mhm.
um I'm going to say no. And Book of Boba Fett, the first one was such I don't want to say a bad idea, but I wanted to see Mando or Boba Fett before Boba Fett, not the Boba Fett dad bod Boba Fett. So
Yeah,
I'm saying no. Are you saying no?
I agree. I think those are both
Okay.
no's.
I didn't want to pencil you in there without it being the Lando movie. Did you hear about this? This is status unknown. Star Wars Lando movie.
I want a Lando movie,
I would
so
love a Lando movie. Um, so let's see if the Lando Star Wars project, originally announced as a Disney Plus series, has shifted development into a feature film. Donald Glover says Lando film still lives and will bring something or other. So Donald Glover, if Donald Glover's on board, I think it would be fun. Will it happen? I'm just going to say no. Um,
yeah. I still wish that we could have had the like the Calrissian Chronicles idea of Billy D. Williams sharing the story and then Donald Glover acting it
Acting it?
out in the time
Yeah.
frame and having it be over exaggerated as
Yes,
Lando would have told
as
it,
Lando would have told it. It would have been
I
amazing. It
think
would have been
it would have been so good.
so much swashbuckling, so much like in every Star Wars movie or cartoon, especially. There's that one guy who's jumping off a cliff and landing on the back of a spaceship as it takes
Mhm.
off. Every episode would have that in it somehow. Lando swinging onto some. Oh my god, it would be so good. But yeah, that would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
But I'm saying no, that we're not going to get it.
yeah,
Um,
I don't think so either.
All right, Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic TV series. I think this was the other one that I was thinking of. Rogue Squadron and then Rangers. They were both like
Oh gosh,
maybe
this is the one we were thinking of.
yeah, yeah. And then they must have tried to then turn it into Rogue Squadron. I don't know, but this is under the last five are under the category of presumed canceled.
Yeah,
So
this one's just not
this
happening,
one's not
so
happening, not at all. The next one, and when it's even when it's listed as untitled, you know it's going to be canceled. But untitled J.D. Diller Matt Owens movie, yeah, that's presumed canceled, not happening.
couldn't tell you anything about it, so I'm just gonna go with, yeah, if it's presumed canceled, probably canceled.
Ryan Johnson's Star Wars trilogy,
He deserves it,
he
but it's
deserves
not
it.
gonna happen.
Nope. Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie.
Oh gosh, I forgot that that was a possibility out there. I don't think that one happens.
Yeah, this one says specifically that is canceled.
Oh, okay, great.
And then this one also says canceled. David Benoff and DB Weiss's Star Wars movie. I don't. So that one's. I'm gonna put down a no for that as well because it already
Bye-bye.
says canceled. Bye bye. All right, so that's the last of those lists of things that are supposed to be coming, but probably won't because it's Star Wars. So why would it?
Mhm, mhm. Yep.
So, all right. On that note, I think we did a phenomenal job tonight of predicting and going through what happened in the past. Even though I
I do
put,
too.
I put, oh man, I put, what did I put at 11? That shouldn't have been there. Oh, The Force Awakens at 9.
Force
Very
Awakens,
important.
yep.
Very important that The Force Awakens turn 10 is very, very important.
Yeah. But I do have to laugh clicking on a website, of trying to find some of these movies and stuff that the aptly named Empire Magazine did name Andor as the best TV series of the year.
There you go.
So, a
Empire
name you can
Magazine.
trust.
Yes, because I'm sure on the cover of it is a Millennium Falcon too. So,
Definitely, yeah. So, Empire Magazine agrees with your list.
uh,
Good for you.
good for me, Empire Magazine. I got you. I got you. So, all right. Well, on that, I think we're good for tonight. That was a wonderful night. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully, in 2 weeks from now, when you hear from us again, neither of us will be sick. No more runny noses. Lots of clear skies, clear sinuses, and lots to talk about what for 2026, including stuff that came out in 2025 that we forgot to watch.
Absolutely. So, good stuff. Have a happy new year, y'all.
Have a happy new year, everybody. And from all of us here at Bantha Milk Podcast, we have spoken.
We have spoken.